Hello everyone, as promised, I am back with a fresh new topic on Scratch, where we are going to see what are sprites, how do we use sprites in Scratch, what are sprite properties and how do we use them. And using all these information and knowledge, we are going to create a very nice animation. Do you know what is it? We are going to create an animated name. So you can actually animate your name at the end of this video. So stay tuned till the end of this video. Make sure that you follow along. It is not just to watch, it is a follow along video. So make sure you are following all the instructions and creating this interesting animation with me. So let me first show you what this animation looks like. So we are going to create something like this. Let me click on this green for you. We have the letters of your name. Here I have animated the name of the name, Byon. I have animated this name. What happens? Let me use it and show it to you again. As soon as we click on this green flag, the letters keep sliding from different locations. We get a position, and B is constantly changing the colors. Y is constantly rotating. Y is O is beating, and M is dancing with on this. So this is what we are going to build in this session. Stay tuned and make sure you follow along. Don't forget to share and subscribe this video and the entire series. I believe as you are liking these videos, your friends will also love to watch and learn. And trust me, the entire learning that we are going to have in this series, in this entire series, is going to be far better than many of the paid courses. So what are you waiting for? Let's get started. So as a very first step, create a new project in Scratch, okay? You know how to create a new project in Scratch and name it. So I am probably going to name it as Animate My Name. Okay, so we have created a project. We have renamed it. What next? I don't need this cat sprite, so I'm going to remove it. And using this icon, you can pick a sprite. You can pick a sprite of your choice, which you want to implement in this particular project. So when you click on this cat icon, you will see choose a sprite option. So using this option, you can choose a sprite from the library of Scratch. You can paint your own sprite using this paint option, and you can also upload a sprite. Upload a sprite means if you have downloaded a sprite from or downloaded an image from internet that you want to use as a sprite, that is also possible. Okay, so let's pick up the sprites that we want to use. So there are some beautiful letters in Scratch that I'm going to use, and I'm going to animate, by the way, CODE code. Okay, it is my passion, and I believe all of you are also enjoying it. So this is the letter that we are going to, this is the world that we are going to animate. So we will see our code dance here. Okay, so COD and E. I have picked these 4 sprites. Now, as by now you are already aware, in Scratch, when we code, this coding is done for each and every sprite individually. Okay, the coding is done for each and every sprite individually. We code how do we want our sprite to look, behave, and what do we want to do with it. So I have these 4 sprites here. Let me pick a background as well. Similarly, when you click here, choose a backdrop, you can pick a backdrop. You can create your own backdrop, means you can paint it, or you can upload an image as a backdrop. So I'm going to choose a backdrop. So probably the backdrop which I am liking, there are many which I am liking, but I am liking this one. Okay, so this is the one which I am going to pick up. So we have our backdrop and we have the sprite. We have chosen the sprites that we want to use. Now is the time to start animating them. So let me first animate this C. How do we want to animate it? Before animation, all the color of all the COD are same. So let me show you how we can change the color of an existing sprite. So we can either change it programmatically, or we can also change them, at the beginning. At the beginning means you go here to costume, and you see that this is how it is drawn. See, okay. So if you want to change the code of this, change the color of this C, initially, you don't want to keep everything orange. You want to put some colors in it. So go to fill, pick a color that you would like to give it. So yes, this color looks good to me. You can also select the saturation as you wish to, and you can also adjust the brightness. Okay, so let me now change it for O. I think O, I will let it as orange only. D. So D, I am going to change to this color. Yes, I am loving this color. And now is E. So E, let me pick up a nice pretty color for E. Yeah, this looks good. So I hope you're also liking these colors. You can pick the colors according to your wish. So these are the initial colors that I have given to my sprites. Now we want to animate this C. How do I want to animate C? I want to animate this C so that it color keeps on changing. The color keep on changing every maybe half a second or maybe every quarter a second. So for this, so color is one of the property of a sprite. And here we are going to see how do we change the color of a sprite programmatically. So let's go to looks and we will use this command. Where is the command? Change color. Okay. Change color effect by some amount. Okay. And we will also have to pick up an event. Events are very important. Event tells us when you want to perform some actions or when you want some command to be performed. So for us, what we will do, we will use this command when my green flag is picked. When my green flag is clicked, I want to change the color effect of this C by 25. 25 is by default. Let me change it to 50 and we will see what happens. So let me run it and see what happens. Okay. So when you run it, the color effect is changed by 50. Now when I run it again, it is back. When I say, click on this red means stop. It is back to its original color. And when I click on green, the color effect is changed by 50. But I do not want it to change always by 50. Okay, so I want to change it randomly. It could take any number. Any number may be between 30 to 150. So when we want to pick any number between a given range, between minimum and maximum, if we want to give any number, select any number, what do we use? We use random numbers. Okay, so we will use this pick random. So what does this pick random number do? Every time we run this program, this pick random between 50 to 150 is going to return us a number that will be between 50 to 150. And every time we run this program, the number could be different. So what will happen? Because the number is different, the effect is also going to be different. So let me run it and show it to you. Okay. So every time you see, we are seeing a different color. We are seeing a different color. Okay. So now when we are seeing a different color, it is the time to animate it. It is the time to animate it. How do we animate it? Go to controls. There is a very important loop, which is forever. What does this loop do? Take this loop, drag this loop. What does this loop do? This forever loop keep on executing till this entire execution of program. Okay, so till your program is running, this loop will keep on executing multiple times, always. Okay, this loop will keep on running. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just simply going to put this command, change color effect by a random number inside forever. So what will happen? First time when this loop is running, it will change the color by some effect. That effect could actually be any number between 50 to 150. Assume that this time it was 75. Second time when this forever loop is running, again it will change the color effect. Say for example by 80 this time. Okay, so this way the color of the C will keep on changing every time. What is happening with this way? The color of the C is changing every time this loop is running. But do you notice the speed is actually very fast? So how do we control this speed? This is the second thing which we are going to learn here. Forever loop we saw, and then we are going to see how do we control the speed. So to control the speed, we will go to control, because yes, we are talking about control, right? And I'm going to pick up this command, wait 1 second. So let me see what happens if I'm using wait 1 second. So after every second, the color is changing, but this seems to be too slow. So you can actually play with this number. You can put a number in points also. I'm putting it 0.3. and I will rerun again. And I will run it again. So do you see this looks decent enough to me? So this is how we animated this C. One more thing we can use. See, wherever you see this drop down, it means there are some other possibilities that you want to try out. So there are some other effects that you can try out. Say, for example, if I choose this fisheye. So do you see what happens if I choose this fisheye? It is animating in a different way. It is now animating in a different way. And let me pick this whirl effect and see how does it animate this time. So whirl effect is actually animating it in a different way. You can try out all these animation effects and see how they are animating, or how they are changing these effects, or what are these effects. For now, we will keep it as color only. So we want to change the color by a random number between 250 and 150. So good. Now let's come to O. Let me think, how do we want to animate O? Okay. So do we want to animate O like this way, the way Y is rotating? Okay, let's animate it like this, the way Y is rotating here. So pick up O. It is very important that if you are working on a sprite, you will have to pick up that sprite. I picked up O. It means now we are going to work on E. And as the first step, we will have to choose an event when we want to perform that action. So we want to perform that action when a green flag is clicked. So when green flag is clicked, we want this O, this sprite to rotate. So we will use the command turn by some degrees. So let's keep it 15 degrees only and see what happens. Yeah, so do you see every time it is turning by 15 degrees. Now tell me, if you want to give it a continuous effect that it keeps on rotating, what we will have to do? Think, we have just done it for C also. We have just done it for C also. Tell me quickly what we will have to do. Show me your answers in comments quickly. Okay, I think many of you might have got it. We will go to control and we will use this forever command. Very good, well done. So we will use this forever command, turn 15 degrees, and we will see what happens. It's rotating, simple, easy. And if you want to control it as speed, you can actually play with these degrees. Instead of 15 degree, maybe make it 2 degrees, the speed will be slower. So let me show you. See, 2 degrees, the speed is very slow. And you can also make it 100 degrees and it will basically run. Let me show you. Yeah, so it's very fast. So I believe it will be good to have somewhere between 25 degrees. You can decide, decide accordingly. Okay, fine. 15 was actually better. This 25 is also too fast. Yes. Okay. Now we want to animate this letter D. Now we want to animate this letter D. So do you want to animate this letter D like this heartbeat? Tuk, tuk, it is growing, shrinking, growing, shrinking. Okay. So let's animate letter D. Okay. So when we want to animate this letter D as growing, shrinking, first thing, make very sure that you are picking this sprite. And you pick an event also. So here my event is when green flag is clicked. So I have the sprite selected. I have chosen the event. What do I want? I want its size to grow and shrink, grow and shrink. So we are talking about size, right? So what we will have to do? We will have to play with the size. Go to looks and you will see a command. Change size. Change size by 10. Okay. Change size by 10. So if you see, if I just put change size by 10, the size of the COD has grown a little bit. It has actually grown by 10. But if I want to give it a pumping effect, like, heart beating effect, so what we will have to do? We will have to shrink it back. We will have to shrink it back by -10. So we will reuse this command, change size by 10. But this time we will say change size by -10. Okay, let me reset and show it to you. Okay, so it has actually changed. It is growing and shrinking. So we are not able to see that effect. So what we will do? We will again go to control and we will see when it should grow and when it should shrink. So we are going to use this wait command. So let me run it again for you guys. So do you see it grow and then it shrinks? But it is not continuous. It is not animated animation effect. So to give it animation effect, we will again use this forever loop. Everything will go inside forever loop and it should give us a very nice animating, heart beating, pumping effect. So let me rerun it. Okay. So this is 1 second. If you want, you can reduce it a little, maybe 0.5. You can decide yourself how much you want to reduce it. Okay. So this is D. What next? Next, finally, I want to animate this E. I want to animate this E. So pick this sprite, go to events, select an event when the sprite is selected. And what do we want? We want maybe it to dance like this. So what it is doing, it is actually changing its position. It is actually changing its X position from, a different place, and then it goes back to its place, something like that. So to give it this kind of effect, we will again go to motion. We will go to motion and we will use this command, change X by 10. Okay, so what will happen? All of you know coordinates as of now, right? The coordinates of scratch are like this. This is 0, 0. This is X axis and this is Y axis. These are positive X and Y. This is positive X, this is positive Y, and the opposite directions are negative X and negative Y. So all of you are aware of it, right? If I say change X by 10, it means this E will move a little bit in this direction. Okay, what I will do next? Next, we will put a weight, maybe for 0.3 seconds. And again, we will change X by minus 10 this time so that it comes in the opposite direction. So change X by minus 10 this time. Fine, let's run it and see. Yes, don't worry. We are going to put a forever loop. I know you guys are talking about forever loop. Where is forever loop? But yes, we are going to put it inside forever loop. So let me stop and run it again. Yes, so this is also dancing. This is also dancing. Very good. I know you guys are talking about this sliding effect, at the beginning. So stay tuned till the end of this video. We are going to do this also. I know it is becoming exciting. It is becoming very interesting. And please complete this video, okay? So V, Y, O, M, they are sliding from their initial positions to the original position. So I want to do one thing actually, because, we were trying this grow and shrink. So I will change this size back to 100. This is how you can set some of the properties from here as well, initial properties. Fine. Okay, now what do I want? First of all, I want to remove this annotation. I want to clear all these annotations. So what do I want next? Let's work with C. I want the C to be positioned initially maybe at this location. Okay, so it is at this location initially, and I want it to glide to this location. So what I will have to do? Initially, I will have to set the position. Set the position here. So go to motion and set the position. So go to this position. What is this position? Minus 204 and minus 160. From here, you can check the current position of a sprite. From here, you can check the current position of a sprite. So, it is minus 204, and minus 165. Okay, so this is its initial position. And what do we want? From its initial position, it should glide to another position. Where it should glide? It should glide to this position. Again, we will see the position. What is this position? Minus 175 and minus 6. So minus 175 and minus 6. So let me reset, run and show it to you. Yes, so my C is actually gliding. This way, you can make all other letters also glide. Go to O. O's original position I am choosing here. Okay, so go to XY. XY is going to be minus 80 and 178. Minus 80 and 178. Okay, and where do I want to glide it? I want to glide it here. So this is minus 74 and minus 2. So pick this glide command. Minus 74 and minus 2. Minus 74, minus 2. Very good. So we have our C and O gliding. Okay. You can change this glide 1 second to maybe if you want them to glide slowly, you can increase this to 2 seconds. Up to you. It is your animation that you are going to. Okay. Or you can also change it to 0.5 second if you want it to glide faster. So basically from its original position, it is going to glide to this position in this much time. This is how it works. Similarly, you can glide your letters D and E also. You can add some more sprites like this one so that, it looks a little cute, more cute rather. It is already looking cute, but so that it looks cute. So complete this. This is as your homework. Animate. You have already done animation of D and E. Now you need to put glide effect on D and E as well and put some additional sprites here and there. I hope you like the session. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and share it with your friends. I am pretty sure that everybody is going to love these sessions. The learning is going to be much, much better than most of the paid courses in the market. Trust me, keep following, keep sharing, keep subscribing. See you soon in the next session. Bye-bye.